relatively fixed. Da-da-da. Okay, you want to give me a mic test real quick, Alexander?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let me put your ass a little lower. There you go. Jimmy, you're up.
Well, hello.
Hi. So this is Talking Ish Post Show podcast. Might as well have two rookies who are on the show. Makes sense. Post Show podcast. So this time show wasn't long, so we're not going to be long, which is excellent. Makes me happy. My name's JCS. That is Alexander Bolek, guy who got his butt whooped by Rex, and that is a one part. I guess what is it? What's the mathematical equation for DNS since it's 5 people? You're a smart guy. What does that math break down to?
Well, I mean, that would be 1/5.
Yeah, 1/5 of DNS. There you go. So look, I failed with fractions. So what are you gonna do? Of DNS, the owner, founder, ruler, Bash. So first things first. Let's see. The first match is the tag team match. We're gonna hand it off to Bash, then Bolek, and we can go. So you're up, Bash.
I really enjoyed the tag team match. It was built well. They had a lot of really good spots in it. Derek kind of started flopping around at one point in it, which was pretty interesting. But really well constructed. I was surprised it ended as quickly as it did, but then it makes sense with what happened at the end with kind of like the beatdown and now the affiliation with the GOAT support system. I guess that's what they're calling that.
Ugh.
So I thought it was an overall pretty good match. The guys worked hard. Chance really shined. And the win.
Alexander, you are up.
Yeah, it was a great match. I think they were all good. This is what a tag match should look like. Yeah, it was fine. The last part when Anthony Martin showed up, I didn't expect that. But yeah, let's see how it goes. They're both teams great, and it was a nice match.
So polite, this young man. So incredible. You should probably put headphones so that I don't have echo on your end. But it is what it is. Yeah, tag match. Let me see. I had quick notes on it. I said my notes are crowd enjoyed. I haven't get right now. The basis on this is either a high 2 or a mid 3 on my little scale. Pretty good. A little clunky at times. That's gonna be a word I use often. Clunky, but it told the job. It's unfortunate that Devin's I call it in a flash. Fucking I don't know what happened with that. That's just grotesque. But that fucked them in the technical aspect of the match. But it'd be like that. And the fact that it only took Uno dues paying for fucking Rivon was also kind of shocking. But again, that's weird because sometimes people will be, zeroing, and other times people will just be persevering. So they came up short. It's going to be just interesting to see which of them between the Future Idiots and Perfect Storm faces off against Grit and Glory for a tag opportunity in the near future, depending on who the fuck wins at Hard Target. Next up, we have the Iceman promo package. We'll do Alexander first and then Bash. Go.
Well, the Iceman always delivers good promos. He always hypes up everyone. And I feel like it's going to be a great match at Hard Target. These are two of the most over people in the roster. It's going to be a great match, and I can't wait to see it.
Bashy Bash.
Well, I was in the VP, and I think everybody wishes he could have done that, like his normal Iceman promos, because they're really awesome, with like the whole like gimmick with like the layover of the color and him, and it just looks really nice. It gives me like old school wrestling vibes. So like Iceman promos, whether they're in text or in his normal way, which is awesome, are always great. I think that he, is ready to break through. From my understanding, Iceman's one of those guys that's been around a long time and hasn't quite broken through the championship ceiling. So it's really a story I've kind of been behind. Personally, in my viewing during this last 6-7 month period, I've been really viewing OCW heavy. So I want to see him kind of pay it off at Hard Target, and I love the promo and, a sign of things to come.
That is sound like a shitty segue, but yeah, that's well said. The one thing I will say about this, I like the font choice. It was actually easy for me to read. Sometimes people experiment with different fonts. A lot of people were saying they preferred if it was more like the audio version. But again, this is like, good old fashioned wrestling. That's one thing that Mac is pretty good at, good old fashioned wrestling. Do your point, get to your point, and move on. So with that, it's interesting. I enjoyed it. I didn't have anything bad to say. That's probably going to be a theme with this show. Really wasn't upset or angry with any match. If anything, I would say the first match, and that's only because of stupid mechanics. But yeah, pretty good so far. And that'll take us to our next match, which I believe is one of the sleeper hits. It's Belle versus Val Erie in her newest incarnation. Let's start with Bash, then Bolek, go.
I really like Belle. I really like the way she's presented herself in the time that she's been back in OCW. Obviously, I wasn't familiar with kind of the Val and Belle's story prior to this because it happened a couple years ago, prior to either Bullock or myself being here. But they kind of clued us in a little bit. I really enjoyed the match. They went back and forth. I thought it had good pace, and Val looked like, they were getting after it at times too. Good result overall. And I kind of want to see where the feud's going, long term. I think that's the question next with Val beating Val. Like, what's going to happen next?
Alexander.
I didn't know what to expect coming to this match, but it was a good match. Bell moveset is really good. It was entertaining, really back and forth match, and yeah, I want to see what comes next.
We're gonna need a little bit more descriptors for some of you motherfuckers, but it's okay. Oddly enough, Val has usually been very not good at competition. So to see this version against Belle, who's actually pretty competent in this iteration, because Belle was here back in 19 or 18 for about a 3 month stint. Nothing huge. Came back 4 years later, still pretty much more or less actually probably better than she was back then. Able to, it was 8 months. I'm sorry, Jake. Fucking backseat. I'm kidding. But yeah, so she's back now doing her thing. She's actually been putting on very consistent matches, a pretty good win rate at the moment, even though that doesn't matter. And on top of it all, as Jake said and some other people said, moveset is actually on point. When you actually look at it, it looks like someone, as it was said, who watches women's wrestling and understands women's wrestling. In a sea of Rex-like movesets and Bell-like movesets, and then fucking random bullshit Go movesets in OCW, it's nice, refreshing to see Belle's moveset in full effect, and no slouch on Val Erie playing to her position and showing confidence in the ring. I thought it was going to be like a one-sided slog. Val wasn't going to get any offense in, because that's how I know Val, in the past. When she came back for 22, got waffle stomped and promptly exited. In 23, it's a whole different beast. It's actually kind of nice. Kind of nice to see. So as far as the angle where it's going, who the hell knows? I don't like the fact that Ashley basically said piss off and didn't get hit with a pipe. Should have got hit with a pipe. That's just me. I digress. The next on the docket, if I do believe, I don't think it's a segment, I do think it's the mixed match, which is another match I thought was actually really well executed. A lot of 1 to 2 hit shots, good shit overall. So we will take it with Alexander and Bash. Mixed match madness, the grudge match, Catriona aka La Serena Tormenta versus KCB aka Perfect Douche.
I like the match. I wanted Catriona to win, but that didn't happen. Yeah, it was a great match. I like seeing Casey Barrett just going straight for it, not caring if he had a woman in front of him. Really back and forth, really good match. Yeah, it was really good. I don't know if this is gonna keep going or what, but it was good.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the match because it was back and forth. At the beginning, like, I thought Casey was going to route it, and then I thought La Serena Tormenta might win, or I'm sorry, to go back and forth, so I thought it was a great match because I didn't know who was going to win midway through the match, and it kept shifting who I thought was going to win. They had a lot of great combos too, so that was the thing I really enjoyed as well. A lot of 2-3 hit combos, that type of thing, and it didn't surprise me that Casey won at the end though. It should be interesting to see how this furthers the feud moving forward with kind of the top G and Del Parca and this dynamic.
Well, now there's a fucking like 5 of them, so that should be a a grand old time. Speaking of fucking 5 people factions, I hate it for DNS and I hate it for this. 3 is good, 4 is okay. I hate because, see, we have the benefit now of having a pretty big-ish roster, but when the roster is small and shit, and it's a pain in the ass to fucking get booking for shit like that. So hopefully things evolve. We'll see in the future. Who the fuck knows? Next up, I'm pretty sure it's a segment, but I can't remember if it was or wasn't. Can someone clarify that for me? I don't have anything in front of me to prove or deny that, if it was a segment or not. I know we had a couple segments.
Nope. It
So,
was a 3-on-3 match.
okay, but now we go into the, thank you. So now we have the underground fight club. Is that that's correct, right? Underground fight club.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, underground fight club. We will take it to Bolek, then Bash. Go.
Nice match. This has been building for months. Yeah, it was a nice match. All the underground stuff, all these ambientation, everything was just fine. I'm happy for DNS to win, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the end of the rivalry. I don't know if they're gonna keep with this. But yeah, it was great. Everything was great in this show.
Everything's great. I love everything. Ugh, rookies. Bash, you're up.
Well, it was our segment, and I really enjoyed it. Working with the people that we worked with was really fun. We told a really good story. Kind of got to see the way that they looked at things, and just the presentation. When I saw the presentation before we turned into match and the whole thing, it was just really awesome overall. I thought it really, really captured the spirit of what we were trying to get out of it, which was more of like an underground fight as opposed to a wrestling match.
I think in that aspect they succeeded. When it comes to like Empid Co, she's very, very good with the aesthetics and the themes, whether it be like Buried Alive or this or the plethora of other shit she's done throughout the years. It was fine. I also appreciate the fact that it wasn't super duper long. It got to the point. The commentator was hilarious. Kind of pissed me off. People were fucking yapping while the guy was explaining what the fuck's happening, but it'd be like that sometimes. Chaotic match. I don't know about the match quality because it's just a fucking 3-on-3 and it's just shit everywhere. I didn't see anything glaring, but it would be very Outlaw Mud Show-ish on that front as a viewer. Wasn't bad, wasn't good, was just a fucking, I guess, a fight, a match, if you will. Story being told from the perspective of what led up to the match made sense, especially given the fact that these people just show up and that's why the match is done at a secret facility or whatever, because these people aren't a part of OCW, so that part I appreciated. Overall, good presentation, good audio, good ambiance, chaotic action. I love Omen's new look. That's fantastic. And we'll see what the fuck happens with DNS versus the world, because there's still other people to fucking fight with. There's fucking Cody Hagen and everybody and their mom. So we'll see what happens with the DNX folks with that. Next segment, anyone remember off top of their head?
Claude segment.
Claude. Okay, thank you, Alex. Appreciate it. The Claude segment. I guess I'll do first, and then we can go with Bash and then Bolek. So yeah, no, I like the idea. The premise is a good save. There was a lot of questions during the viewing party regarding what was happening, which is good. You want people to have questions or have assumptions that may or may not be true. That's fun to note. From my perspective, Claude. Just to be clear, Claude is not allowed to put hands on nobody. So anytime Claude goes out there and calls somebody out, that's fine. But Claude cannot physically touch. Again, will be removed. That's why they're not competing right now. So calling someone out, not the brightest idea, but of course it makes sense given the circumstances. And then having the family connection come in also leads to intrigue. So I'm interested to see where this goes. Maybe Riot will be by proxy, which is perfectly okay. Who the hell knows? Or maybe it's a recruitment effort into the Ass Academy. Who the fuck knows? So as I said, it was a Jimmy then Alex. Fuck it, Jimmy then Alex. Go.
Yeah, I think it leads to a lot of questions and answers. That's not what I was expecting when the segment came on. And I was kind of trying to figure where Claude was going to go with this not being able to touch him thing. And how long you plan on not allowing him to be an OCW superstar if he does figure out how to get reinstated. the whole thing there. So, I guess it just kind of saves his butt, if you know what I mean. The whole thing there, by having them attack, it kind of felt orchestrated, but we don't know because he said like, "Why are you guys in my business?" So I want to know more about that personally. But I thought it was a good segment, and with the whole G Academy or not G Academy,
They
like
fight.
Ghost
It's
Support
everything. It's
System.
fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get it. Never mind. So, Alex, you're up.
So
It was a nice segment. I don't know where this is going. Maybe they're gonna have a match at Hard Target. I don't know. The fact that Mass Effect came out, like Jimmy said, maybe it was orchestrated. To be honest, I don't know. But it adds another layer, and maybe we'll see something nice. Well, Cloud is not a wrestler anymore, for what I know.
Nope.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the things in OCW. So now this takes us to, I do believe, the Alexander's Open Challenge. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So the thought, I'll just chime in real quickly on this. The thought on this is that since Rex had an Xbox or got an Xbox, it would be a nice surprise, and then might as well get Bolek on the show. So at one point, the idea was perhaps to have Pew, but the problem with that is that Pew is on commentary. So rather to make things, basically it came down to who got in touch with Bolek first, and it wound up being Rex. So it worked out, especially given the fact that Rex had that match, 24 hours prior, which was crazy. So it kind of like, we didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, so I didn't know what happened. So we didn't make any mention to it during commentary. But it was what it was. That was a fun match. Bolek held his own in this battle against Rex, which is pretty impressive. Rex on Xbox is also good from a booking standpoint because it means more opportunities and more diversity until the crossplay is initiated. So we'll do Jimmy first because he's not in this match, and then we'll get Bolek's perspective. Jimmy?
So I really love the surprise matches like this. They really personally caught me as a fan. Like, I really like when you do this, and like I love that Bolek was been a part of a couple of these. They've been really exciting. He gave him a great match too. I mean, it was so back and forth. There were times where I was like, "Is Bolek going to win?" Obviously, because Rex was a huge favorite, and he ended up coming out on top. But he really did give Rex a really good match. Back and forth, and he looked like he belonged in there, which is high praise considering Rex is a championship level competitor and all of the accolades that Rex holds within OCW. So I think the guy is the ceiling for Bolek. He can go wherever he wants to go. It's just a matter of time and getting there. So it was just a great match all around. I thought it was one of the better matches on the card. As a matter
I think
of
so
fact,
too. Yeah.
the competitiveness and just the ferocity of it. A Rex match is always great because he's just physical, and Bolek brings that aspect of being a little bit more agile, but he still hits hard. So it was a great contrast.
Alexander, this is your time to shine. This was your match. Thoughts leading up to it and blah blah blah. Go for it.
I was nervous. when you asked me to do this match. But I was also excited because he's one of the top guys. He's great. He has like a perfect moveset. Everything he does has sense, and he's so easy to work with. So it was obvious that this match was gonna be good. Even from not to be cocky or something, but yeah, and not for me, because of him. So yeah, even from a booking standpoint, I feel like it kind of makes sense because he had the match with Tony yesterday, he won. He had the match with me tonight, he won. So he's like win streak heading to Hard Target against Doc. So I feel like it's really good, and yeah, it all made sense. I think even if I lost this match, it doesn't affect me because everyone can lose to Rex, and yeah, I wanna fight him again anytime he wants
Oh
or
no,
anytime we
it
get booked.
affects you greatly, Alexander. It
Oh
affects you
yeah,
so.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's great. You're fucked, dude. Sorry. Back of the line or whatever line there is, you're done. But no, it's actually so. Here's a booking thing that could happen. So now it's already been 2 matches, right? So, well, obviously next week's already booked. But if it wasn't, and Rex had a match and he wins that match, he won. He won. Well, no, he already won 2 out of 3 anyway. So he'll win 3 out of 3. Goes into the hard target match, fights Doc. Who the hell knows? But I digress. Even that being said, I enjoyed that. I think that might be my match of the night. I'm not sure, but I'm biased towards Rex, so that probably shouldn't be the case. So maybe I'll make a note of that. But so far, all of the matches I have in my little notebook are all marked more or less at 3. There's one that's at like 2.5, 2 and change, maybe 1 or 2, but most of them are marked 3. Not bad, but whatever. So I do believe now we have the Deborah segment. There's an RP that'll be up in a little while. The actual it's not really much to say. It's just a teaser. So look out for that. What do we have next? We have AJM versus Dragana. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so.
There's like no RPs on the goddamn show, but lots of videos. So AJM versus Dragana. This match, this was one that was potentially on Hard Target because remember, Hard Target there was about last I remember 16 to 17 entries that had to be whittled down, probably more. It had to be whittled down, and the only reason we had this pay-per-view is honestly because of Pew, and Pew was like, oh, I want to do something in September, and I was like, oh yeah, fucking knock yourself out, and then he didn't do anything in September, so I was like, how about this? How about, we do something in October early, and I can use some of these things and move them there so that we have, an event. And the icing on the cake was the fact that pretty much everyone in this match, at least one participant in this match, was a rookie. So that's the crux of ambition is to have rookies, and we managed to make that a reality, having a rookie in each and every single match, or even a RA, which is a rookie alt, whatever, in each and every single match. So that was done purposefully. So I'm happy that worked out. That being said, this match was one which could go either way. And I figured we need like a good, all these matches are pretty good, but we need something also with something on it. Some steak, some sauce, some sizzle, some grease, which is this match. And this match also delivered. You have Dragana's Legacy, which Pew struggled to name or put a face to. But yes, Dragana is one of the better competitors, a future legend, potentially sooner rather than later, in OCWFED for all her contributions in OCWFED history. And AJM is a rookie, up and comer, if you will, and has been putting on match after match after match. So this one was really, really good, really exciting, really frenetic, which is where I like to use clunky and frenetic. Very back and forth, and in unlikely fashion, it came down to just one, which is crazy to see. Sometimes it's just one, sometimes it fucking takes 90. Who the hell knows? So we'll do Jimmy, then Alex, and go. Jimmy, you there, buddy?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Sorry, the internet
problem.
had a little hiccup there.
You got it.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed this match. For me, this was match of the night. I thought the pace was frenetic, and I gotta say it now. I think AJM is one of the top women's wrestlers in all of OCW, not just a rookie at this point. With a track record in the short amount of time since she's debuted has been pretty flawless. Very successful. The match back and forth, and I hold Dragana in high regard in terms of like what I've seen and what I've watched on YouTube. What for? She's put on a lot of work and done a lot of great stuff. So for AJM to come in and win this match was huge. I think this should catapult AJM, into the upper echelon in terms of the women's division, the women's card, and I'm excited to see what she has moving forward.
Bolek.
This was a great match. Maybe in my book, maybe this is in the conversations for match of the night.
Okay.
I really liked it. Well, it's obvious. You have Dragana, you have Amy Miller. It's gonna be great. I didn't expect Amy to win. I would bet my fucking house that Dragana would win, but I was surprised and I liked it. The fact that it didn't take like fucking 50 finishers was good. was good. So yeah, it was great. I want to see what Amy does now, because yeah, she just got catapulted for to the stars. She can go wherever she wants now, and I want to see what she does.
I think we need to have a rematch because I'm reading in chat. My cat jumped on my Xbox during the pinfall. Sad. Fun fact: does not have a cat, but I digress. Oh yeah, so yeah, maybe this another like you said, another contender for match tonight is between this one and Rex. But then again, like even the Catriona KCB matches, I'm trying to like not even trying to be powdery and like, oh, everything is great. No, I don't really have many complaints on this actual event when you rewatching it and sitting there and just watching it quietly, on stream and shit. It was pretty solid, top to bottom. That being said, the women's division is pretty much on track. He said tame show. Jesus Christ, that's a weird word to use. Tame, okay. It's pretty much, the women's division is pretty much on track because now you have like Marissa and Deborah, Big Deborah, like at the top, I guess. Then you have Lois Flojo with the future investment waiting in the wings, potentially not to fuck it up this time around. You have, in some aspects, Alyssa Marceau shooting on whatever the fuck everybody. You have Belle. You got Belle and AJM also, who are like right up there, right in that discussion. It's a really bright future for the women's division, and it's kind of exciting to watch unfold in the grand scheme of things. So I look forward to seeing what happens, next week in Hard Target and guess I hold all that other shit. So now we have Russ Cole and the Horse. Very impromptu. I like this whole shooty angle thing they're going for, I guess. Just taking them shots or whatever. I don't know if you guys have history with the Horse, but I have history with both of these people, and it's one of my like marquee matches to see go down because Horse gave Quartz the business, and if Horse can do it to Russ Cole, that's a huge feat. That's a very modern day huge feat in singles competition. So I look forward to see that. The segment itself, it's kind of weird to me. Like they basically, it called them out. They fought, and then it's basically like, all right, we're done. So I guess that's just more to like give heat or whatever to what's happening. I'm sure there's gonna be something on next week, moving forward. But it's just interesting to see. It was nice to see that people, high-ranking members took the time to go to London Calling, and we had Iceman as well, Deborah, Marissa. So it's not just like, oh, it's an Ambition pay-per-view. No, it was a pay-per-view. Not as huge as a pay-per-view, thank God, but it was still a pay-per-view nevertheless. So people showed up, and I appreciate that. We'll do Alex and Jimmy.
It was a nice segment. I know they have some history from years ago. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do at the next pay-per-view. I guess they're gonna be at the next pay-per-view.
Nah, it's a given.
So yeah, well, it's whenever the match happens, it's gonna be a great match because you have Rust, who is like top tier, and then you have Horse, who always delivers. So it's gonna be great. The segment was good, a little beatdown, just to hype up. It was good. I liked it. I want to see the match, and I want to see the outcome.
I want to see something bad so y'all can say this is terrible and just go in. But go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead.
There's nothing but, my man.
This to me seemed like it was a very Russ Cole segment. Getting Russ was actually one of the members of the collective, so he was one of the members who carried that. So like in the conversations, kind of like down the line of this, like I can see, Russ thinking, and this seemed like a very Russ Cole segment to me. Trying to leave more there. He believes more. Kind of less is more in terms of wrestling.
Love it.
That type of thing. So I think Horse, and what I've seen, and I watch a lot of like old matches on YouTube and stuff like that. He's got, a very frenetic style, and obviously Russ Cole is the French Factory or whatever the name is.
It is the French 5-star factory.
But he's been very good at Star Factory. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that one gets me because it's like 4 words, and I always like twist them. But he's been a very interesting. He was the champion when I kind of started watching big time, and had that great feud with Sheldon. He lost at Lucian, but he's really kind of gotten his get back a little bit, the giddy up in his step, and I think that he's really looking to mow down Horse, and Horse is trying to get stop that person.
I don't know. You never know. You never know. This might be Russ Cole's last ride. You never know how these things play out. So we'll see. We'll see in the future. That being said, we have the promo package for Victor Carmine and Paul Boulay, North American Hype. I liked it. Really good. I wanted to use part of it in the fucking intro that I had to fucking do. But yeah, no, good shit. I love it. Jake always delivers on the hype packages, despite his fucking mopey, I suck at everything. Fuck you. It was good. I liked it. Simple to the point. Told the story, showed all the footage. Boulay's only had a couple of matches since winning the title and not really successful match. I think one tag match and one singles match where he lost. But hey, they told the fucking story from Jump Street. And sometimes that's all you fucking need. That's the point that I'm trying to make sometimes with OCW. Sometimes you just need a good story, a good compelling story that makes fucking sense. Who's that? Thanks for the sub, Cass, you asshole. So sometimes you just need a good, compelling story. Oh, these nuts on your chin. These nuts on your chin, motherfucker. Sometimes you just need a good, compelling story and people who know and understand wrestling. And I'll say this. As I say that Russ Cole is one of the greatest handlers of this generation, Paul Boulay, a.k.a. Court Martial, a.k.a. Agnes, is one of the more prolific and top-tier I guess universally sound handlers, like a Paul Boulay match, Paul Boulay match, a Court Martial match. Those will always be fundamentally grounded in wrestling. Those will always be interesting to watch. Those will always be exciting to watch in their own respect. It's not high flippy shit. It's good storytelling. He's really good at it. And also when it comes to writing, he's really good at that too. So he's really one of the better storytellers when it comes to that. So shut up, Emp. Ugh. She's here. She's ruining my fucking vibe. But yeah. So that being said, this match felt very much like a main event. It felt very much like a story that was being told by both participants. It was very, very, very back and forth. The gambling and the trick with the betting, the predictions rather, not betting because we don't bet here. It's predictions. Shut up, Twitch. The funny thing with the predictions are they're done in a certain way to kind of mess with you people. Because if you notice, as soon as it came up, everyone said Victor Carmine and then waited. They waited. And then Boulay started coming back, but hey, there's still predictions. And then people started going for Boulay. So instead of being like 90% to like 10 or whatever the hell it was at one point, it became 52 to 40, like 47 or something like that, whatever the mathematics break down to. That's the trick. When you can do that, that's when you know you're good at what you do. When you can leave that doubt, when you can make those assertions, when people can assume, oh yeah, it's a foregone conclusion, and you I guess supersede their expectation. I guess either way, it was a good match, a great match, as somebody would say. It told a great story. It took two Hootises. It was a damn shame. I kind of wanted Boulay to retain, but now Victor Carmine is the champion. I'm sure people are sliding into this DMs. I really like your work. That's the joke that we make. But it's the handler is not going to eat that shit, so it's going to be hilarious. We'll see what happens. I trust the handler to see what develops in the division. North American is now on a whole new trajectory. It's going to be fun to see what happens with that. So we'll do Jimmy and then Alex. Okay, we'll do Alex.
All right.
So are you ready? You good?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I didn't catch because my internet skipped for a second, so I didn't catch which one of us you said goes first.
Okay, yeah,
So
you're right.
my bad there. But I'm really excited to see what platform Victor Carmine has with the North American Championship to start with, and I think that Jake is a great person in terms of wanting to help build people and do things. So I think he's a great person to have that type of title. It's a workhorse title that people get opportunities, and all of that. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I thought the match was a good match. It had its moments. Obviously, at the end with the Hooters effects, coming pretty quickly at the end there, I like that. Overall, I love the promos over time. That kind of kept me really glued to the whole thing personally. Just the ads and Jake's voice in the ads were really funny, and just like the different announcing stuff he did there and the tricks, and it just really drew me in. Plus, Boulay, they told a great story, even if it wasn't the best match on the card in terms of the story they told. It might have been one of the most, if not the most complete story on the card. So they did a great job.
Alec.
It was a really funny feud, in my opinion. I really liked it. All the promos, the videos, the ads, everything was good. The handlers obviously are good. I can say much about Bullet because I didn't saw his work before, but I know Jake's great. I think both of them played their characters really well. Bullet being like this heel that it's not gonna defend the title, and Carmine now being more focused because he was lost in Pandora or something like that. And yeah, I really wanted Carmine to win. He did, and I'm really happy. And I'm gonna slide into his DMs.
I really like your work. We should work together, right? You nasty. That's nasty work.
I'm already typing it.
That's nasty work by Alexander Bolek. Nasty work. I'm surprised old DNS hasn't fucking decided to send him a PM. Hey man, love your work, buddy.
Listen here. First of all, I know Jake really well. I don't have to do that. Second of all,
yeah, he just assumed, right?
DNS doesn't like go chasing gold opportunities like that. If it comes to us, it comes to us. But that's not what it's about.
What you motherfuckers need to do is figure, downsize. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyway, enough of that shit. Yeah. So overall, I'm not gonna give the entire event a rating, but pretty fucking good. It's like solid. I have to sit back and go through my notes a little bit, but oh, shut up, Pat. Oh, fuck off. It's like fucking 9 of you. Well, of course. What are you, the reverse shield, strength in numbers? They can't hurt us because it's strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. Ugh. It was fine when it was like 3 and then 4. You're stuck at 5. You fucking go to 6. I'm kicking all you motherfuckers out. 5 is the limit. I'm tired of it. Tired of these grandiose. It's like NWO green and hack or some shit like that. But no, back to the action. As far as the event, solid top to bottom. I gotta go through my notes to see where I rate everything with the little whatever. Maybe I'll save it for Turmoil also because I have that on top of that. But I guess we'll go with Bolek. Jimmy, what do you think? We'll do Bolek first. Bolek, what do you think about the event?
It was a really nice event, to be honest. I don't want to sound like a freaking mark or something. Well, no, but yeah, it was
English
really,
is in your first
really
language, right? So all you gotta do is just find a synonym for great, and you're straight. And don't worry, I don't know English either, but I'm just saying. But, it's good to be happy. But there wasn't really anything bad on this show. So what would be your match of the night? Gun to your head.
I'm gonna say... damn. Amy versus Rogana.
See, it's tough. That's good. If it's difficult, that's good. All right, so you say AJ versus Dragana. Jimmy, same question, same gun. Not a real gun, Twitch.
Overall, I thought the event was quite well done. There was a lot of great contribution from a lot of different sources, rookies, overall. And my favorite match of the night had to be AJM and Dragana. That was a great match.
So you're saying AJM versus Dragana also? Okay, interesting. I'm teetering between 3. I'm teetering between. It's okay, Bo. Like eventually you'll get over it. It's not a big deal. It's just funny to watch in real time. For me, it's between Casey Tormenta, Rex and Bolek, and I think AJ and Dragon. Like the thing is, the main event is also really good. It's difficult to pick a match of the night. I can't really Gun to my head, I'll take the gun away because I know Kung Fu. I'd say Rex versus Bolek because I'm a Rex smart, but I'm biased. But we'll see. Well, I guess maybe we'll put up a poll. It'll be fun. See, figure out. But yeah, no, solid pay-per-view event. And I guess there's smartness or intelligence in having a smaller event because this is only 7 matches total, as opposed to Hard Target, which I do believe is, I think 10. And I'm sure I'm sure Hard Target's gonna be great, but I don't know. It's easier to get good matches when you have 7 as opposed to fucking 10. 10 is there's always one odd man out, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I want to thank Bash, aka Jimmy, and Bolek, aka Bolek, for coming up to Post Show Podcast. It was very quick this time. I told you it was going to be a quick podcast. I'm happy that it was quick. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the show. The web show will be up periodically soon because there's not much. It's just videos, and hopefully I didn't fuck that up. So thank you so much. God bless, and we will see you next Friday for Riot 611. Is it 11?
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. We'll see you for 611. Everything's great. All right. God bless and goodbye. Also, no more fucking factions. All right, cut it out. I'm tired of it. Three's the most. Make an impact with 3 like the fucking NWO or the Shield. You fucking dummies. Okay. Goodbye. God bless. Peace.